Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we've got a bunch of stuff to get done. We're going to do a little bit of things we used to do. We're going to be doing a little bit more building on camera, sort of. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'll also talk about what we need to get done and what we're hoping to get done. The sun is coming up over there on the horizon, so hopefully it'll be back up here in a minute. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic weekend and are having a terrific week thus far. We got a lot of stuff to do. So last week, talking to a couple of the folks in the community, and somebody was saying that, they wanted to see more progress in each video. And my comments back were, talking about how a lot of the people in the community seem to enjoy the builds. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try doing a little bit of both. We'll do a little bit of the building on camera. We'll do some cuts and work through, get the advancements done, because I really want to get this ship off the ground today. And so what that's going to translate into is that we have a bunch of things, like some of the main thrusters on the back, specifically the hydrogen thrusters. I want to get those welded up, get the armor back here done, and I'm thinking we may even get the hangar doors done today. I don't know yet. We'll see. So yeah, basically what I've been doing is I've been working on getting this nacelle armored up, as you can tell. I haven't even changed the the paint yet. Let's turn the light on, see if that makes it a little bit easier for everybody to see what's going on. And so what I've been doing is just basically taking what we have on the other side over here. Ow. What we have on the starboard side, reproducing it pretty much block for block on the port side. Now we did do a little bit of work on over here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and weld this up. Now I actually thought about leaving that open, because it's an interesting, you get to see some of the inner workings. So we could actually do something like this. I don't know how that would look. So if we ground you down, and we're going to turn off auto rotate. There you go. Oh, that doesn't look bad, actually. I'm kind of liking the cutaway design on that. And let's be honest, it's all light armor, so if we actually got into a situation where we were in combat, it wouldn't save us anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring you down and around. There we go. All right. And we end up basically duplicating a bunch of what we have. And I don't know if I would leave the rest of this open. I mean, that would be kind of interesting to have just a solid band of open stuff there. So if we carry this entire piece out to where we have it, and we do this, get this welded up, so you end up with something like that. This actually, that's gonna have to come out for the thruster. Both of those may actually have to come up for that thruster. And let's go Well, something like that. Weld you up. And yeah, I'm kind of liking that, actually. That is kind of fun. I do think I like that. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring you back like so. Do the same thing there. And that this one should be okay. We shouldn't have to worry about that one. Did we do? We did. Okay. And then if we come back here, we do this. Just hold that up. Can leave that open. I don't actually mind having that open. That gives us some view through here. We could, if we're really wanting to do something with it, no, that'll work. That should work. Alright. I mean, we could actually just bring that straight across, but that would still not close this off. I mean, I guess if we really want it to. Yeah, I may do something like this. Actually, how about if we do... If we do this. No, because then we run into a situation where that's not closed off. Well, that could be awkward. Alright. Nah. I think we'll leave it open. We will leave that angle brace there, and we'll do the same on this side. Basically just trying to close some of this in. That can go away. Alright, and what are you doing there? You're not doing anything there, so... Let's go ahead and replace some of this, just to get it closed off a little bit here. And we'll do the same with... Are you really doing anything there? Let's see what that looks like outside. I forgot what that area looks like. Oh. Right. Let's get that out of our face so we can see. There we go. That actually doesn't look too bad there. I kind of like having that be something a little bit different. You, however, will need to come out. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Alright, and then what we can do is on the inside, let's get back in here. I don't have the blocks for this currently, but what I'm thinking is right here, actually I might, do we have the, oh, we could use these guys. Nope, your interior plates, okay. How about you guys, your construction components? But that's okay, because we actually have... So what I'm thinking is something like this.
Energy low.
Let's grab those. Alright, what do you guys need? Construction tubes and girders. Alright. I don't know if I have any girders. I have a couple. Okay. That works. So move you down here and grab like 200 of you. And yeah, that should go. That should be ample. All right. And then when we're outside of this beast, all right, if you happen to be walking around over here, hey, look, venting. Yeah, see? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do this as our first cut. What I'm going to do is basically finish the armor that we've got on this side. We're going to finish duplicating on the port side. What I'll bring, and then I'll bring you back and we can take a look at see what we've got going on and maybe start talking about where we're taking this thing. Yeah, so I will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so I've gotten most of this reproduced on the other side now, at least for this portion of it, I think. There's an area up here that I don't think I've gotten done over there. No, it's all starting to bleed together here a little bit. But I did do one change. I took that out and we went ahead and carried this line all the way forward, mainly because of the fact that I ended up liking that a little bit better, I think. Yeah, we're gonna have to repaint the entire ship, so don't stress too much on that. All right, then that should be. All right. So did I? No, that's all right. That's all right. I think. Let me see here. Okay, so that all matches up here. And this comes out one pass, so it should be on this line. Yep, it's on that line. Why does it feel like I'm... That block feels wrong for some reason. It's because it is. Oh, let's go ahead and... Let's see if which way I like this better. I think I like it that way better. I mean, ultimately it gives you the same line. The only difference is the other block basically tapered in, which I guess kind of makes it make sense. So since you can't, let me try that again. Words, you know, but because you can't put any blocks in this area, I think that was what my my mentality was on that tapering before. But I think I like it better like this, because if you're doing something, you know, infiltration wise or something, you're basically able to hide a little bit better. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Alright, so I think that is all of it, yes. And we did make a small change here. These originally were regular full square, well, full cubes. And we went with the upper portion of the 2x1 ramps. It just makes it look like it's a little bit more, I don't know, maybe better thought out, or... Let's see, if we go with that, maybe... We're basically trying to make it look like things have been clamped together, you know. Oh, do I like that better? It definitely looks more like it's been See, this is why we need the ability to actually modify voxels. I think I like the regular cube here instead. We'll do that. There we go. Yeah, I think that ends up working out better. Just for the general appearance of it. All right. So let's head back over here. We have all of this factored. We're gonna have you there. So the only thing we really need to do at this point is weld up the thrusters, and then start building the side cowling forward. Okay, so I think I'm gonna hang off on the rest of the armor for now. And I'm basically just flying back and forth between the two halves, and I'm getting tired of doing that. So I'm going to jump over here to the large thrusters, because we have a bunch of parts for these. So let's go ahead and actually, do I want that there? I don't know. I might want that there. But then again, I might not. Get this. Alright. Okay, you are actually pressurized. Well, able to be pressurized, I should say. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take that out, put that in, and then carry that line forward, and we'll do that. There we go. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. What's really important is making sure that thing lets it be pressurized. Right. And I want you again. All right. There we go. So go ahead and weld these guys up. Now I think those should pressurize. We'll have to go in and check that in a moment. I think where we're having problems with it pressurizing is because it may be tied to the inner room. But we'll go check that out in a moment. And I don't know what we're going to do with you. So I'm thinking I may do that. Basically continues the design of what we had. So you do that, you're gonna come in here. Alright. And yes, I know I said we were about done with the armor for today at least. Figured might as well go ahead and do it while we're here. I was just really tired of flying back and forth between the other sections. And then what I'll do is I'll probably pop this thruster out, weld, and actually, yeah, pop that thruster out, weld all of those up, just to get them welded up. I think that is about where we're going to end that portion of it. Okay, let's go ahead and get these thrusters online. We're going to drop this stuff off. I did go through and clean up my inventory a little bit, so things should look a little bit better. Get that online. Alright. And I may need to make more grids. I think I've got more being produced. I had to go and get more cobalt. I had to go get a lot more cobalt. Okay, yeah. I thought so. But yeah, I was welding stuff up and I was like, oh, I need some grids. Like, I've got about 1,000 left and I knew I needed, another 1,000 just for these guys. So I was just like, oh, I'll go ahead and make some more. And I'm like, why isn't it manufacturing? Oh. Because I am out. Lovely. So I had to go down in the bloody hole again. Alright. Oh, we want grids. Should probably fill my tanks up too. Oh, you need tubes. What do you need? You just need grids. Okay. Grab a few more of these. Okay, what do you guys need? You need pretty much every bloody thing. And you're going to be the same way, aren't you? Yeah, because we were just talking about popping you out to... Alright. This is why I do a lot of this off camera. It's just, it gets to the point where eventually you really don't want to look at it anymore. And so it's like, what I'll do is while I'm doing mass scale welding like this is I'll be watching things on YouTube, you know, other people's videos or whatever. Usually music's related stuff or like survival crafting. I don't know why I've gotten into that recently. Like, even before the whole coronavirus, like, everything blowing up and end of the world. Oh, we're going to take you out. And we are going to do that, I think. That's right, I'm out of steel plates. Alright. Because I just took all of my steel plates out of my inventory. And yes, I know, I'm almost dead. Let's go here. Grab 1,000 of you really quick. Alright. And we'll make that same change on the other side. I'm just gonna hop over here really quick. I put a chair out here so we can recharge without having to keep going in and out of the base all the time. See, the ship is coming together. I still don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of that fairing or the cowling over the engine section here, this thruster portion. I kind of like having some of that thruster exposed, or some of the infrastructure like that exposed. But we do need to do something with it, I think. Yeah. But that is enough thrusters to get us off the ground and get us in motion. We've got braking thrust, we have lift. I think we got all of our laterals in. Did we get the laterals in? That might be the section I'm missing. I got the laterals in. Don't have the additional lift thrusters on this side, but I think I have them on the other side. Let's take a look. Because like I said, we want to get this thing up into orbit today. Alright, so what we're going to do then, I'm going to do one more quick cut. I'm going to get the lift facing, all of the lift facing hydrogen thrusters that aren't done yet. We're going to get those online. We've got all of our retro thrusters. We've got primary propulsion. Let's see. The only thing I don't really have is the ascent control thrusters. I need to get those up and running. Okay, so yeah, let's get the rest of the hydrogen thrusters online, and then we'll come back and we'll get this thing off the ground, because it really is at the position. It really is at the point where there's not much more we can do except for the detail work, like getting the armor done on it, and maybe getting the gyros. We have to get those gyros done too. Okay, so I'll get the gyros done. I'll get the thrusters, the rest of the hydrogen thrusters in, and we'll take off today. All right. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that quick cut, and I will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so yes, we've been busy. Got all of the hydrogen thrusters welded up, and I've basically been running through here, welding up all of the components for these hangar doors. And so we're down to the point where we're just putting plates on them, and basically I want to make sure we have enough PCU to use these things. So we're gonna go, let's take that and refill it really quick while we're here. Come on. There we go. I am guessing I drained that hydrogen tank, which might be a bad thing. Alright. We'll find out shortly. Alright, so the starboard side is actually completely welded up, and I just finished doing the grouping right before I came back. Or I should say right before we started recording again. And I am hopefully about done with this portion, because we are almost out of plates, which means I have to make a couple of thousand more. Is that all of them? It looks like that's all of them. Turn on the light so you can see. And we are going airtight hangar. We just need a you guys. And we're calling this drone hangar. Doors. Port. Don't want them in terminal. And make sure those are closing. They are. That's good. And basically, once we have these closed, or I should say, now that these are completely welded up, we can weld the floor up at any point in time. This is one of the reasons why I need to make a bunch of plates, because we're going to need, what, 140, I think it is, per 125 and 15? Yeah. So 100, yeah. So 140 per. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's, 10 blocks there. That's 1,400. 2,800 times 2 is 56, plus another 14, so 5, 6. So 6K plates. And that's before we get the rest of this done. But as you can see, all of our hydrogen thrusters are actually welded up and online. One thing I did want to check, and I've closed all of the gates. Son of a... Oh, it's definitely one of those days. Alright, let's get in here. We're going to go drone. Let's open those up. I'm going to have to put buttons in for these guys, but that's okay. I am not honestly that worried about it. We are going to go ahead and close those right now, mainly because of the fact that once we check, there's one thing I want to check. The upper engineering room, I want to see if that is actually airtight or not. And we're going to have to turn on our reactors. We're going to have to... I may need to actually weld up some more reactors. All right.
Energy low.
So if we close that... Okay, so we can pressurize the room. That's good. Now what we're going to have to do is at some point I'm going to have to do a temperature or a an O2 test where we basically close off everything out here. So we'll leave this on withdrawal like it is, so depressurize. We'll pressurize that room and we'll try opening the side door and see if that room depressurizes as well. Because the air envelope in here seems to be getting calculated strangely. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. One of the things that I will probably do... Let's see, what kind of block are you? Okay, you are a shaped block. So I'll probably come back through and fill in all of these gaps. But, yeah. Anyway. You have waited long enough. We're going to launch this beast. Alright. Let's get ourselves up to the bridge, actually. Let's get ourselves recharged first. Am I carrying it? I got a little bit of plates. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Alright. Now, I only have one of the flight seats set up. I have to get the other seat set up first. Alright. So, we need to go... we want, actually... that. Want to make sure that we have all of our thrusters, because see, we have some of you guys. And basically what we're doing is we're just making sure everything is grouped together. I'm just doing a manual sanity check. For those who are new to space engineers, when you have multiple things docked together through connections, each of the color codes tells you which grid that it's on. You're looking for everything that's, you know, in one color. In this particular case, it's white. It could be yellow, it could be red, it could be various shades of yellow or red. So that should be all of those. Now we have a hydrogen group there. I'm seeing a bunch of thrusters that aren't turned on. Do I have some that are hidden? So we're looking for the ones that are left. See, that entire wing is off for some reason. Alright. Let's see. That's all lit. That's all lit. You are not lit. Why are you not lit? There's got to be something that's broken on that side. Alright, let's turn that off for a second. We need to go troubleshoot that really quick because while yes, I should be able to take off with the ship in the condition that it is. No, that's fine. I am not wanting to risk it. I want to go see if we've got a broken connection down there somewhere, because it's possible with all the stuff we've been doing that we broke something. Alright. Okay, so you are piped in. You're piped in through there. You're piped in through here. You guys are all piped in. Right, because you're piped in together there. So you guys are all piped in. Hydrogen tank. Make sure everybody is turned in. Inventory is on. Terminals, HUD. Let's make sure all of you guys are not pulling hydrogen out of my system. Let that run for a couple seconds just to make sure. There we go. Alright, now we are... Come on. Hey, look at that. Everything's working on this side. Looks like everything is working on that side. Got away from ourselves there a little bit. Large thrusters back here are working. Hey, look at that. Okay, it looks like everything is actually working this time. Alright, so let's try take 2 on this, shall we? Yeah, I think it may have been that I was just so far away from the grid that it wasn't registering. Alright. Everything looks like it's piped and ready to go. Alright, we're going to do this without trying to save. Ready? So in 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to turn on our reactors. We're going to turn on our ion thrusters. Whoa, what are we called on? What are we called on? Let's back up here a bit. Well, you know what they say, no landing is ever perfect, or no takeoff is ever perfect. Are my gyros turned off? There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to add a few more gyros to it. This is me doing hard right. Yeah, we'll have to do a few more gyros. But on the flip side, with what we have for our lift thrusters currently, we're only using 26% of our power. Of course, I do need to be careful that we don't smack the space station. That would be hilarious. We're going to use gravity to slow us down here a little bit, so we're not burning as much hydrogen as we need to, as we were. Oh. Commercial freighter. Look at that. We're gonna overshoot this by a mile. Yeah. Oh, this is with the inertial dampeners on. Okay. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to add 1 or 2 large thrusters just to offset the vertical lift like that. But once we're actually in space, like in deep space, this shouldn't be an issue too much. Dude, really? Can I rotate you over to try and get our large thrusters in position to slow us down a little bit? Because we're burning a whole lot of hydrogen that we don't have excess for. Because I have been lazy and didn't build a actual welding vehicle or mining vehicle, which I'm probably going to, especially now that we've gotten this thing airborne, or I should say spaceborne, because of the fact that we have been able to get this in orbit now and into 0G. What that means is for the rest of this, well, what I'm going to do between videos is I'm going to I'll weld up the rest of the hangar area there, and we'll figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the thrusters. But I do think we're going to... So one of the things we were talking about before was that area behind those rear lift thrusters. We were going to put some more gyros in there, and I think we're going to need to. These things are crazy. There's a lot of mass. It is a lot of mass on this ship. But we are actually in 0G. Oh, I need to put a gravity drive, a gravity system on the ship. We still don't have gravity. So that's going to be interesting. Especially if I get a little too close to that station down there. But yeah, do need to... So, we are at all stop. I'm going to turn off... See? Those thrusters, man. Alright, so if we turn off those, we're going to turn off the reactor. Oh, interesting. Great. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to say hydrogen on our thrusters. Everything's there, yes? Okay. Let's actually do... Look for the group. There we go. We're going to delete that group. Delete that group. Actually, we're just going to delete all the groups. Alright. H2. Make sure everything's here. Okay. All right. So there is a weird thing in space engineers that if you have multiple grids that are ever connected and they have similar naming conventions on their on what you're building. So if you call something like H2 thrusters all, like I tend to do, if I have two ships with that in there, they will sometimes cause problems. Like some of the thrusters get mapped to the other ship's group, and some of the other ship's thrusters get mapped to your current ship's group. Don't know why. It's probably something that I'm doing wrong, but so we can now save that and actually make sure. Wait for it to catch up. There we go. H2 engines. We want to go H2 should have, there we go. And we're going to grab those on and off. It's going to be Mauler ion thrusters, which is why for the folks that have been watching the channel for a while, you'll see me starting to put the name in the groupings, because with some of the builds that I do, we have 15, 20 ships, so this way I know exactly which group I'm looking for. We take that out, take that out. There we go. And we'll make sure all of our thrusters are turned off this time. They are. We're going to do the same thing for our gyros. This I don't tend to worry so much about. Let's do this. There we go. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to add a bunch of gyros. Okay, now all that said and done, this episode has gone much longer than I was expecting, but we are in space, and we have a little bit of light. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to throw those down in the section below. I always like a good conversation, and it's always great to get feedback from everybody. If you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, and want to do something nice for me today, be sure to hit that subscribe. And YouTube has been on its binge of purging people from channels again. So if you have already subscribed and you're not sure, be sure to check to make sure you still are. And if you are and want to get notifications, there's that little bell icon, notification icon thing next to the subscribe button. Make sure you click that and set notifications all to on. That way you will know whenever we're posting any new videos or if we post anything to the community tab. Just keeps you up to date with what's going on around here. All right. On that note, we're going to get out of here. I've got a bunch of stuff to get remapped. Oh, we're going to do that and that. And we're going to have to do some figuring out where we're going to throw a gravity system, because anyway, we're going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. You know what might be interesting? Should probably close some of the hangar spaces, huh? But it might be interesting to throw a grav drive, or not a grav drive, but a gravity generator, up here in this little hallway. But, we'll figure it out.